we'll go with the action again.
All right.
Hey, this is Dan McDonald, and this is like the 5th or 6th episode of the Life Regenerator show today. The high-speed internet here, bro, is insane. It's like 4 minutes to upload a video. I've never seen anything like that before. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I'm here at the castle, and Jean, you work for the Morocco Method.
Absolutely.
But before you joined that company there, you actually ran into my videos.
Yes.
And I just found this out 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, about an hour ago.
And you were just here, and we met, and you didn't say anything. We met earlier, maybe a few hours ago. And you didn't say anything, and then we were upstairs, and you were telling me that you actually knew who I was. And I didn't know that. And that you had actually watched my videos.
Yes.
And you are still watching the videos, which isn't the important part of this interview / testimonial. The cool part is that you were actually in a bad state of health.
Yes. Yes. I was in a very bad state of health. So I wasn't taking care of myself. I was eating pretty much whatever I could put in my mouth at the time, and I wasn't mentally healthy either.
The seafood diet?
Pretty much the SAD diet.
Yeah, seafood, eat it, whatever it is.
Yeah, the SAD diet, Standard American.
So you're saying that your mind state wasn't good and your diet wasn't good.
Absolutely.
Do you think that those two correlate? Because I do.
Absolutely. I think they're one and the same.
Food affects mood.
Absolutely. I think that the food that you eat affects your mood 100%. And I think that, I don't even think it, I feel it because it's what's happened to me, is that they're two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, and so you were substantially much more overweight?
Yeah, I was about 30 pounds more weight than I am now, and I was bloated, retaining water, and just a zombie.
Asleep, like emotionally, mentally, physically, like asleep.
This here was closed. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely, bro.
And this here was closed, and I knew that something needed to happen, and a change needed to happen, and I don't know if you know of like Jack LaLanne and the Juice Man Juicer.
Of course.
And so I had known of juicing for years and years, and I just never really did. I would do it occasionally, like once a week or once a month, and I had realized that I need to do something. So I saw your videos. How
did you find my videos? What were you looking for? Juice recipes?
I was just looking for juice recipes, detox juice recipes.
And you knew, because you knew, like after all those years of planting seeds and maybe having one juice every week, it's like, oh, this is good for me. You knew that.
It was when I felt alive.
And but you just never got on the ball. Like you never had that crisis. That
I never had the incentive.
I have to change. So you were. It's like being half dead is okay, but once you got to like 3/4, it's like I really got to do something.
Yeah, something action needed to be taken immediately. And I got your DVDs, and I immediately started watching them. The juicing DVD was my favorite, and I was all about the juicing. Just juicing, juicing, juicing. I started a juice fast April 1st this year, and I did it for 45 days straight. And I juiced all the organic food I could get my hands on. Kale, carrots, watermelon. It was the summer, so watermelon was in season. I was juicing a lot of watermelon, taking that to work here, drinking watermelon juice at my desk.
And so you were drinking about 8 jars of juice a day, average?
Yes.
A little more, a little less?
Yeah, an average day was about 8 jars.
That's sweet. That's what everyone needs to know when they first get started from like the Standard American while you're detoxing. Just to keep on really, till you get used to living off less. Once you get to that point, it's more like 5 to 3 jars.
Gotcha.
But at first, it's really good to know that 8 jars is a good average. That's what I used to do, would be 8 jars when I first started. Until you get cleaner, more absorbability.
Right.
Once you get a lot of the mucus. A lot of times people will be like, I just get diarrhea. Well, that's because your whole GI tract is just dairy, grains, and it's all slimed up. And now I drink a jar of juice, and the whole thing goes in. And I don't have to pee or poop for many, many hours.
Right.
Because it's all getting absorbed.
Right.
But at first...
At first, I was hitting the toilet pretty often, especially if I was doing a whole beet in a juice. I would juice a whole beet with the greens. That made me hit the restroom pretty quick. I mean, I felt like Superman for about an hour afterwards, though. I felt really strong, and I felt alive. But luckily my detox wasn't too severe. After about 7 days, I didn't have any like the sluggish feeling of the severe detox.
Yeah.
I just had like external things, like the skin would peel, like on the soles of my feet, and things like that.
How old are you now?
I'm 26.
Okay, so that's pretty. I mean, people shouldn't be falling apart when they're 24, 25, 26 years old.
Right.
But they are because of the way that they're eating and they're not taking care of themselves. So
Absolutely.
your liver was in bad shape and you were overweight. So before you got to the more chronic states, you kind of knew intuitively.
Right. Well, I mean, I've been teaching. It's kind of interesting because I was in a place of, what's the word? I was in a place of where I'm doing this, but I want to stand for this. Where I'm a yoga instructor and I'm certified. I've been teaching since I was 19. And so I knew my body and I could feel it. And maybe that was why I was a little bit more in touch and I could feel what was going on. And I had to rectify the issues that were going, why am I eating these things? Why do I need to do this? And then I got a hold of that and said, hey, let's make this positive change and let's do this for the betterment of myself. Let's be alive from the inside out. And like you can feel your cells like singing. It's really amazing.
So now you eat a predominantly raw food diet.
Predominantly, yes.
And you went into the randomly to the Morocco method to get a job. And as soon as you said, I'm a raw foodist,
they knew
Anthony
it clicked.
hired you.
Yeah, it clicked because what Morocco method stands for.
Is the raw living energy, the way of energy and health at the root core levels of truth.
Absolutely, absolutely. Reversing the toxicity and moving into an alkaline state. So
another raw food juicing testimonial for the win. I mean, I'm going to keep putting these up until people are sick of it because the world needs to know that this isn't just. I don't know. They always find these rationalizations. Well, he was young already,
right.
Or maybe he just whatever. They make all these excuses. It's not the raw foods. It doesn't do anything. And I'm just like, how many thousands of people? It's like every person that does do it, every single one of them, they all have good, results that are, foreseeable.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the thing is that you get to the root. So all of these other things. I mean, for example, I have family members who have serious health issues. The diabetic and this and that, and they were getting on the raw juices because they saw me just becoming alive and awake, and just amazing results and getting off of medications. I'm not a doctor. I'm not recommending anything, but I've seen my personal family members able to get off of medications because of just drinking a couple glasses here and there that I would give them throughout the day.
Just enough to get the enzymes up, the minerals up, and it's the minerals. See, that's the thing. I mean, it's like I'm 100% raw because I want to be 100% awesome, 100% my best, 100% on fire, 100% of the time. But now, most people, they might not be able to do that. But I'm just saying, even the daily juicing habit, to have one glass or one jar of the liquid hydration with the living minerals, because like I said, I'll say it now, I'll say it again, it's the minerals in the food, the raw foods, that absorb into the bloodstream and feed the organs and glands and tissues and allow the myriad and millions of metabolic functions to take place. But if you eat 100% cooked food 100% of the time, all you have, the only minerals you get is from that fake tomato on your burger and that iceberg lettuce. You're not getting the minerals you need to activate the glands, to bring yourself back to life. So even if all you can do is the daily juicing habit and the rest of your food is cooked, it's going to bring you to another level. I'm recommending eating as much raw food as possible. And if you can get to 100% raw, which is very challenging because you have to keep on being able to evolve. Like you're not able to be 100% raw. You think it's good probably, right?
Absolutely.
But you're still...
I can do a juice fast or a juice feast for a week or 2 weeks. But maybe there's something I need to learn from you because at a certain point, my body is craving food. Does that make sense?
It's craving the heavier food and maybe even cooked. Does you feel almost ungrounded in a way? Or
a little bit. That's a very good point, Dan. When I traveled a lot during my juice fast, and I had so much energy that I seemed ungrounded to other people. To me, I felt alive and I felt vibrant. I was ready to go. To other people, like, dude, you need to calm down. You're so excited right now.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, maybe it's just a difference in diet, but I felt very, do you know about the doshas in yoga?
The doshas?
Doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha.
Koshas.
I was very, like, air, very Vata. I was air and I was ready to move and create and... Yeah.
Story of my life, trust me.
So
So you have to learn, like a dude like me has to, with the raw foods, I have to learn how to use the nuts and seeds, the fats. I have to learn how to get my feet on the bare foot. I have to do yoga every morning. I have to meditate in order to, this is where the other, it's because everyone's asking me, Dan, why are all the other raw food teachers and educators and promoters all going back to cooked food? Or why is it so hard to be 100% raw? Because you have to learn how to maintain that kind of energy.
Right.
That's the problem. You get too much and you don't know what to do with it and you don't know how to use it. And then it starts using you. And then you want cooked vegetables, baked potatoes, or other cooked grains and breads to bring you down. And so that was the challenge, is learning how to manage that much energy. I wake up, I go to bed with energy.
So what you're saying is what I was experiencing was what to be expected, was typical, that high vibration of energy. It's just a matter of channeling it throughout the day.
It's energy management, because as the cleaner and the rawer that you get, the glands wake up, the nerve energy starts flowing, and unless you know what to do with that and how to manage it, it can be too much. It's too expansive. You don't know, people don't know what to do with that energy, the changes that are taking place emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and it gets you out of your comfort zone. And you have to learn how to integrate more expanded levels of consciousness. And unless you have those tools from spiritual books, yoga, meditation, breath work, learning to manage that energy, let go, and also get grounded. It takes a while. You just have to keep learning how. It's not how to become 100% raw. It's learning how to become 100% alive, because it's like we aren't used to that.
It's up here, like the vibration when you're at that place. It's so expansive. It's hard to put into words. And interacting with people who do not do that diet, because I have probably 2 friends in this city that are 100% raw. And so interacting with people that are not 100% raw, a lot of the times they're like, dude, whoa, where are you coming from? Because I'm up there. I'm ready to go. I'm like...
The way you think?
To think, feel, able to love again, like everything just opens up.
That's right.
Yeah, everything opens up.
That's right. Because those minerals create electrical conductivity through the pathways in the cerebral spinal system, the brain and nerves, and you're able to be alive, and that makes people uncomfortable.
It does.
And that's one of the areas, because you're a light, and you're shining back all their stuffing burgers in their face, depressed, and you're shining that right back into their face, and they don't like you for it.
Gotcha.
Although you're doing them a favor, to them at that time it doesn't seem like it, but they go away later and integrate. God, he just ate nothing but juice, and I was sitting there eating that cheeseburger.
And people know it's good for them, because, like I said, I travel a lot on the weekends, or especially during my 45-day juice fast, and everybody that I came in contact with, I mean literally like everybody, they knew it was good for them. And they would say, oh, the rabbit food, or they make their jokes, but then you try some, and I put a little extra apple in for normals.
Of course.
You know, a little extra apple. And they, oh, how do I start this? How do I do it? Because there was something deep inside. We know what's good for us.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of doing it.
We want to love ourselves. I mean, there's so many things, like the energy, and then just, how do I start this? Well, how do we learn to love ourselves? We've got a society that teaches us to kind of hate ourselves, criticize ourselves, neglect ourselves, and we don't appreciate and respect our individuality. So we don't let that come through. We're like, if we're not fitting into the sardine can, we feel uncomfortable and we're doing something wrong, instead of being a unique, crazy, eccentric individual who's just following their own heart.
Right, and harnessing your state from yourself, because everything, all the tools you need are native to the earth, you know? It's all in the earth. It's everything you need. You can go pick it, and it's there for you. Does that make sense?
Well, that makes sense, but then I think that one day you'll see that there's even a level beyond that.
What's that?
But I know what you're saying, and that is that everything you need is already in you. It's like the golden treasure, the power is in you, because even if you were to have to leave the body behind, that which you truly are wouldn't even be affected. In other words, there's nowhere for them to put their sword, because this is just a temporary encasing for something that is your true self. And that is the mystery that goes beyond the mind's ability to comprehend that.
Right. We are in the universe, and the universe is in us.
And we are in this, encapsulated in this body so that we can sense and feel and experience the universe.
Right. We're a non-physical being in a meat body.
In a meat package, baby. This is our earth suit.
It is.
And
it really is.
just like our car, we take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
We change the oil, we put gas in it, we wash it, we fill the tires up so everything's not coming off jalopy. We get an alignment. Same thing.
Oh yeah.
Oil change is a 45-day juice fast. Is an
Clean
oil
the blood.
change.
You taught me that the blood is the key to health. The blood, and because it is literally, it's the life. It's like the life that runs
It's the
through.
river of life,
Yeah.
and it carries the electrical potential and the minerals to the places. And what happens is those minerals that are in the raw living foods, they all vibrate at a certain frequency, and each organ and gland vibrates at a certain frequency.
Right.
So when you have the beet juice and the carrot juice, and then the apple and the ginger, you actually drink all those things, but then it goes into the blood, and then the blood carries the ginger to where it needs to go.
Exactly.
And the blood carries the apple and the pectins and the minerals there where it needs to go.
Yep.
And each color affects each gland
Yep.
because each color vibrates at a certain frequency.
Our cells are infinitely intelligent. That's what I believe. I believe that they're infinitely intelligent, and I believe that we are not the sum of our parts, and that when we consume live foods, our bodies are able. I mean, the natural state of the body is to be in a constant state of either repair or removing waste and just excelling and just being alive.
We don't get enough of that into that state. It's a lot of it's a decrepitude in the downhill because we don't take fasting, we don't take juice diets, we don't take a monofruit diet, go to the beach, sleep up for a week or two, take a vacation. We're always just going.
Right.
So we're breaking down due to the stress, and we never get a chance. We don't have this expansion and contraction. It's like contraction, cup of coffee, more contraction, go to work, sit behind the desk, more contract until we just finally break down.
Yep.
Because our society is set up like that in a more yang, do,
Yes.
get,
Yes.
more,
Yes.
hurry,
And
accomplish.
and the yang that everyone is reaching for, with that yang, I mean, in actuality, do need the yin. And you need the balance, the male and the female. And one of the most powerful things is the breath. So, and breathing, and yeah.
the yin and the yang, and the mystery that lies beyond. And I am in love with the mystery, and I will never arrive, but I will definitely continue to walk down that path. It's great having you on the channel.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks for sharing it. This is all very raw and real, baby.
Yeah.
So another raw champion.
Yeah.
Living Foods for the win.
Inspire me to keep going.
I'm going to keep going, man. I'm just getting started. 13 years. I'm 100% raw now. And I finally began the process of that refinement that I knew was within me. Like refining every area of my life. Not just fine-tuning the diet, but fine-tuning the heart, fine-tuning the mind, and fine-tuning the 24-hour, 365 awareness of just the back and forth.
Being
and
an observer.
being the witness
Yeah.
to it all, and which is my true self.
Yeah.
And being able to just allow the love to return to love, and to be the love, and to understand the nature of this universe, and not to take it less and less personal.
Right.
So more refinement.
Right.
Just refinement of yourself, a refinement of accepting yourself, the refinement of patience, the refinement of fortitude, the refinement of your health, the refinement of your finances, constantly allowing that infinite intelligence to be the predominant part of your life. And so surrendering into that infinite intelligence, which your brain is never going to be able to do that. You're going to have to surrender the mind and go into that space of the infinite intelligence, which just totally keeps everything absolutely balanced.
And it's always there showing us the way.
If we quiet down
And we surrender to it.
and listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, great, bro.
Thank you, Dan.
And thank you, bro. And thank you for watching this video. I hope that you are inspired or touched in some way. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's 6 episodes of the Life Regenerator Show. I already put up like 4 videos today.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to put up 2 more now. So
Cool.
that's 6 in a day. That's why
Yeah.
I've got 1,600 videos or
You're
something.
rocking them out. Mercury's in retrograde, so it makes sense.
All right on, bro. Yeah. All right, peace, y'all. We're out.